Hello dear students, welcome to Learning Algebra. Um in the last video, we had spoken about performing operations on variables and constants and combining them. I hope you've given it some practice. Now let us see, can we do the process or operation of subtraction and division as well using variable? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you various values of x over here, and you have to give me the answer to each of these expressions. So what will be the value of 2 minus x and 2 divided by x when the value of x is 0, 1, 2, 3. In each of these cases, okay, let us take one more value, 4. Okay, now in the case of each of these values, give me the expression that you will get. Calculate the final answers till I increase the size of my chart. Go ahead, try it. I hope you are doing it, because it is all learning by doing. If you don't do mathematics with your own hand using pen and paper, you won't enjoy it as much. So let's check your answers. 2 minus 0, 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. 2 minus 2 is 4. 2 minus 3 is minus 1. Yes, in algebra as well, we can get a negative answer. 2 minus 4 is minus 2. What about division? 2 divided by 0. What is this? It is undefined. You cannot give it a value. 2 divided by 1. Any number divided by 1 is the number itself. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 2 divided by 3 is 2 by 3. That's the simplest form of the expression. 2 divided by 4. Here, I can take the common factor 2 and I am left with 1 by 2. So there were 10 questions in all, and let's see how you fared. Put your marks over here. How many did you get correct? I hope you can give me the answer as a big smile after attempting these questions. In today's lesson, we are going to go a step further. So, I have 2x plus 5. If I have to find out the value of this expression, this algebraic expression consisting of a term containing a variable and a constant being added to it. Let's take a simple example. So I've got x here as 1. Substitute the value of x as 1. Now you remember from the first video I said that when there is no sign between the two of them, it means multiplication. This 2 times x, just because it causes confusion, we started writing it as 2x, 3y, 4z, anything like that. So when there is no sign between them, no plus, minus, multiplication, division, it means that they are being multiplied with each other. And don't forget the plus 5. Now tell me, how are we going to solve it? 2 times 1 plus 5. Either I add the 1 and 5 together and I get 6 here. So 2 times 6 gives me a 12. Or the other way is I multiply the 2 and the 1. So I get a 2 plus 5, in which case the answer is 7. Which is the correct answer? Confused, right? Whenever you are confused, you go back to what you have learned in arithmetic, BODMAS or BIDMAS, as different curriculums prefer to call. According to this, always we remove the brackets, so there are no brackets in this expression. Of or indices, there is no power expression here. We divide, there is no division over here. We multiply first. So when there are two operations to be performed in an expression, we always multiply first and then we add. So bracket of division, multiplication, addition, and yes, subtraction, right? So which is the correct answer? Tell me. Absolutely right. R7 would be the correct answer. I hope the concept is clear. Okay, now you give it a try. I've given you the value of x, variable x, as 2. So what will be the value of 2x plus 5? Give it a try. I hope you have your pen and notebook with you. Learning by doing, that's the mantra for understanding maths and dealing with numbers. Did you calculate? Okay, let's check. 2 times 2 plus 5. What do we get? 2 times 2 is 4 plus 5 gives us 9. Again, we first multiply and then we add. These are the two steps. Now, what about when x is 5? The more we practice, the better we become at it. Did you get the answer? So, I have 2 times 5 plus 5 gives me the answer as 5 times 2 is 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. Okay. Let's go a step ahead now. Let's suppose x is a fractional value and my x is 1 by 2. How are you going to do this question? Give it a try. So I have 2 times 1 by 2 plus 5. So you can either consider it as dividing by 2 or multiplying by 1 by 2. So that means when you take half of 2, what do you get? So 2 divided by 2 gives you 1 plus 5, again a 6. So we have here 2 times 1 by 2 plus 5 is a 6. How many of you are able to connect to what we are doing? Give me a thumbs up, give me a smile if you are understanding. Okay, now let's take our learning another step ahead. I'm going to introduce two variables now, x and y, and you have to determine the value of 2x plus 3y. I'm giving you the values of x as 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the value of y as 3, 6, 2, and 1. In other words, if I take the first example, 2 times of x plus 3 times of y, that is 3 times 3. What do I get? Now you notice here, instead of putting the multiplication sign, what have I done? I have put a bracket over here. So if I want to say 3 times y, one of the ways I told you is I put it like this, 3y. I can also put it another way, 3 times y. Notice here there is no sign of plus, minus, multiplication or division in between the number and the bracket, which automatically means that they are getting multiplied. And we use this method when the expressions start getting more complicated. So can you find out the value now? Yes, of course. 2 plus 9 gives me an Right, the expression, the value that we have over here is 11, right? Give it a try, give the other values a try. A very common mistake that we've seen students making is they will add up 3 and 2 and they will say 2 times 5 times 6. Tell me what is wrong in this. Is this correct? No. Why again BODMAS or BIDMAS? We have to first multiply, then we add. So how are we going to, what will be the order? We are going to multiply these first. We are going to multiply these two numbers first. And the answer that we get from here will be added up. So 2 times 2 is 4 and 6 times 3 is 18. What do you get? Tell me. 22. Now go ahead. Use your learning to calculate the next set of two values. I will wait so that you can solve these questions and tally the answers with me. So I will put here 2 times 3. There is no point in just copying what I am doing because these are all made up questions. These are not part of any of your curriculum books. This is basic algebra. So 3 times 2 is 6 plus 2 times 2 is 4 and I get here 10. Remember always to show your working. Sometimes while writing the answers we may go wrong. But because we've shown the steps of our working, we do end up gaining a lot of marks there. We may not get marks for the answer if it is wrong, but we definitely get marks for the working. Okay, last part, 2 times 4 plus 3 times 1. What do we get? 8 plus 3 gives us 11. Right? Oh, this is the same answer as the first part. Interesting, right? I'm going to leave you all with a challenge question. So we are going to go a step ahead. 2x plus 4y plus 6z or 6z. You have to determine the values of this expression when x is 1, y is 1 by 2, and z or z is 1 by 3. What will be the value? Evaluate. Evaluate means find out the value of which expression? 2x plus 4y plus 6z or 6z. Solve this question and I will meet you in the next video again with a pen and notebook in your hand. Take care, stay safe, stay healthy.